Well, a couple of things. First of all, without this guy sitting to me on my right, I don't know if we're in the game. I mean, I give a lot of credit to James. He's had a tough senior year, but he found a way tonight to kind of just shake off all the cobwebs and just play. That's exciting to see, and I'm really happy for him because I know how hard he works, and I know how bad he wants it. Some of the other guys want it. It's just that sometimes when you want something so bad that we try to make it all happen ourselves. And it was good to see that James was able to do it in a variety of ways. It wasn't just that he scored points, but he shared the basketball too. I'm trying to look down at his assists. He had 4 assists. That's exciting. We don't dig ourselves a hole. Maybe we're sitting here feeling a lot better about the result. We put ourselves in the hole, and we dug ourselves out of it, but it took a lot of energy to do that. And then down the stretch, it just came down to Ray McCallum just making plays for his team. Man, he just straight line drived us and got to the rim and made plays, and he did it himself. He put that team on his back and made some great plays to finish the game there. We had a good look to tie it. I thought we made the extra pass. It just didn't go in for us, and that's kind of how our season's been. It's just been, just need one more positive thing to happen that seems to elude us. But the good thing is these guys are still continuing to play and fight, and it's exciting to see a James Haarsma come out tonight. Not only scores 1,000th point, the only thing would have been better if we won the game too. But it's exciting, and I'm happy for him.
Questions? What was the week of practice like after that Valpo game? You had talked about energy and passion.
Well,
did you do anything differently? Did you sense
more
spark this week at all?
And I think if you're a fan watching, everyone rides this roller coaster of wanting to say what they want to say about the group. As a coach and as a staff, we understand that our job is to teach and try to get these guys to be better. We know as adults that there are some rainy days and there's some sunny days, and we have to get 18 and 20-something-year-old guys to understand that. So we just take the same approach. We just come in, try to show the things that we can get better at, work them, and then try to do our best that we can to keep encouraging these guys. Because I know we're not finding a lot of encouragement other places, but it has to come from within and with us. So that's what we try to do with these guys, just keep encouraging them. And tonight we didn't start very well. So, if we did anything different in practice, it didn't show in the first 10 minutes. But I think after that, these guys, hey, let's go out there and play with some pride. And I thought that really was the difference for us.
It seemed like the game kind of turned when Anderson went out with that second foul. Would you agree with that in the first half?
He made some acrobatic shots. Some shots that, we really would prefer him taking those than dunking it. I mean, man, he made them one. I don't even think he touched the rim with the ball or his hands. He was so high in the air when he finished. And he made them. Down the stretch, I thought Menaraf made a couple tough shots, mid-range shots that we want to encourage out of our zone. But clearly at the end, it was Ray McCallum who got the ball to the basket, to the rim, to really put the game. He took it over. He took it over down the stretch. Last minute, 2 minutes.
What do you think the key was to erasing that 16-point deficit?
Just keep playing. I mean, I told our guys, I said, hey, listen, we've watched Detroit. You know that basketball is a game of runs. They put a run on. Now let's do our run now. But it all starts with defense and rebounding. I thought during that stretch we limited Detroit to one look at the basket, and we made the extra pass. That's how we got back into the game. We were able to get stops. And some of the games we played, it's like the first 8 possessions of the game, they had 14 points. And that's kind of how luckily we had this run at the beginning instead of late in the second half like it's happened to us before.
James, how gratifying is it for you to be able to have a game like tonight, considering the way things have kind of shaken out for you this year, going from starter to being a reserve?
It definitely feels good. I've been kind of struggling to get my rhythm around the rim and everything. But tonight, people were finding me around the rim, and it kind of felt good. I needed to get started on defense, and like taking a charge or getting a steal or getting my hand on the ball is what kind of gives me energy. So.
what are some of the keys as far as being successful out there? Do you feel like you're flowing with certain players better, or is better ball movements? What were the keys?
Tonight, I think we were making a lot of an extra pass. I know Meach got me the ball 3 times when he could have went up and maybe forced a shot that he didn't. He would have maybe missed or whatever, but he saw me, and we were getting a lot of extra passes in there, and I think that was the biggest difference.
You had made yourself a bunch of free throws late, but there were a couple missed free throws during the game that kind of stopped the momentum a little bit. Is that something that you guys are working on in practice? Or?
I mean, we shoot free throws every day, and we shoot a lot of them. So, yes, we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at our statistics, I mean, if we were able to remove one of our players that shoots the percentage that he does, I mean, our percentage is pretty good. Tonight, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, free throws was a big factor in this game. I mean, we're 10 of 16. They're 13 of 16. That's the ball game essentially there.
What happened on the double foul?
You know, I would love to see that. I mean, I was right in front of me. It was explained that it could have been a double technical. Well, at that point, I said, well, jokingly, well, I'm glad you didn't call the double technical because we weren't making free throws. I was joking. I know they didn't make their 2, but they just came together, and I just thought our guy just I thought I saw him go back. Apparently, he says he got a little shove in along with the other kid. They got tangled. You know, Broomsma, if that's how you pronounce his name correctly, he's not a dirty player. I just 2 guys were just getting after it, and their heads came together, and that creates a reaction.
Haarsma got his 1,000th point tonight. Is that something special for the program, or what do you feel about that?
Well, we talk about the team, man, but obviously, I'm happy for James, and when guys can put the work in that they do, and especially for James, that just shows you the type of year that he had last season for us, and it shows us what he's capable of. And I'm hoping like heck that this can continue down the stretch, and as a coach, I can push all the right buttons for him to keep him to finish his career as well as he began it here. And that's why I'm excited, to be honest. I mean, we want to win games. We don't care how it comes. We can share the wealth. But, at this point of the season for James Haarsma, this is his last few games left, and I want to see him go out the best that he can. And tonight was positive to see.
You've seen Valpo and Detroit now back-to-back. Would you give one slight edge over the other? Who do you think is better?
That's a setup question. No, you're not going to get me on that one. They're both good teams.
James mentioned how Meach was making the extra pass 3 times. Can you talk about how he's improved the last month or so and how that's helped the team?
With Demetrius, he just gives us that physical player inside. And it's good to see that he's making some passes tonight. But, I mean, you see how powerful he can be when he can keep the ball above his waist. As soon as it goes below his waist, oh, boy, it's who knows where that ball's going to end up. But it's nice to see that he was able to at least tap it to someone today. The 50-50 balls have really, really been frustrating this year. We've come up on the short end of that. But Demetrius, he battles. As a coach, it's harder. I think the hardest thing we've had to manage this year is minutes. We're trying to put our best 7 guys out there, and Demetrius, to his credit, I think has played a few more minutes longer than he should, which creates a few of those lapses that he has. I wish I could figure out a way to sub him in and out better, but he just battles. He's a physical guy down there, and when you're playing a team as athletic as Detroit, you need another physical presence. Man, he finishes. We need him to finish because, free throw line, it's always fun to watch what's going to happen next when he gets there.
Seemed like Evan was confident in shooting.
Yeah. He's had a great week of practice. That's the only way I can say. He's, again, another guy that, it's 2 years in the program. You're waiting for those guys to really step up and be a contributor. Tonight he was, and hopefully we can continue on that path with Evan.
You outscored them 32-4 off the bench.
Yeah.
Haarsma was part of that, but do you feel like that the team comes together even when that second unit comes in, that just the flow is going well?
Well, obviously we have guys that are coming off the bench that have been starters for us. And James, 1,000 points, that means he's done a lot of good things last season. So we have a good 7 guys. James could easily be in the lineup and do good things. If this is good for him, then we'll stick with that. If it's better to put him back in the lineup, we'll take a look at that too. I don't think these guys really mind who starts or who doesn't. We just want to win and play well together. And I think that's why James was able tonight to have the game that he had.
Where does Kyle stand right now?
Boy, man, we sure could use him. We sure could use another big body out there, but these other guys that are playing right now are just doing a much better job in practice and every day. So, man, we need another body.
He is healthy, though?
He's fine, yeah. He is healthy.
He's had 5 3-pointers tonight. It
Yeah.
seemed like every time you guys had made a run, he would knock down a shot.
Yeah.
It's just hard to guard one player who's hot like that. Or?
Yeah, well, he's streaky that way, and the ones that he shoots are some of those where most coaches would discourage him from taking them. But when no, yes, he's kind of one of those guys. And we talk to our guys about that. He's going to shoot the 25-footer, and a lot of times he's going to stare you down and shoot it. You just hope he missed just a few of those, and we have a better chance.
What can you take away from this game for Saturday night? Although you didn't win tonight, what positives can you take out of it?
Well, we try to find something to take away from every game. I think for this one, we got up we really pretty put ourselves in a hole, and we've done it every game. We've had stretches where we're just not very good. It's good to see us turn that around. Now, down the stretch, we have to make the plays rather than letting the other team makes the play. And, we got beat. We try to force guys in the ball screens, and we allow the guy go short side on the ball screen. That's not part of what we want to do. And, you do that, and then, just making sure that we're all on the same page when we come out of timeouts. I think that's the biggest thing that people watching us don't really see. We come out of timeouts, and it's things that we're trying to do, and we just seem to be a little off sometimes. That comes a lot with guys who are just thinking about the game, the possessions that just happened. From just wipe that out, and let's focus in on what we have to do next. And we did a little bit better job of that tonight, but still some lapses out of timeouts that we can get better at.